So how do you win your avoidant ex back? How do you convince them to come back to the relationship? How do you get them to miss you and to want to be with you again? So much of the content out there on social media regarding attachment is on about how to win the avoidant back, teaching people to self-sacrifice, to stop needing so much, to mirror their energy when they pull back, to not assert your wants and needs, to want less, expect less, and walk on eggshells to avoid triggering them. Because if they get triggered, they withdraw and run away from the relationship. So that means you have to be in the relationship with them on their terms, getting the breadcrumbs when they feel like giving it, and abandoning yourself, because that's what it teaches you to do. Self-abandon. This content out there about winning the avoidant ex back is all teaching people to self-abandon and become more anxious, because it's showing you that you need to earn their love. Winning them back, that mentality needs to be reframed, because what that's doing is teaching you that they are the prize, that you need to earn their love and be good enough and tiptoe around enough to convince them to choose you and stay in the relationship. It is extremely anxious and self-abandoning because you are not being your true authentic self. You're teaching yourself that your needs are too much and too needy. No, they're not. Just because this person doesn't want to meet your needs, just because they don't have the desire or the capacity to show up for you, that doesn't mean that your needs are too needy. If you want simple things like consistency with communication, spending quality time together, maybe not getting ghosted for days, or not having them withdraw from physical or emotional intimacy, you're not being needy. You're asking for normal, healthy relationship behaviors. You're asking for the bare minimum. And even securely attached people want that stuff too. But the bare minimum, any kind of expectation, is very triggering to a dismissive avoidant. So in order to keep them and win them back, you essentially have to self-abandon, sacrifice all of your wants and needs, and contort yourself into a pretzel to avoid triggering them. You're not being authentic with yourself, and you're certainly degrading your own self-worth and self-esteem by your behavior. Because your behavior, by catering to them and abandoning yourself, you're sending yourself the message that your needs don't matter, that wanting anything is too needy, and you need to just settle for the breadcrumbs they give you. No, you don't deserve breadcrumbs. You deserve the full meal, because you would give the full meal to anybody else. You deserve the same in return. In a healthy relationship, love isn't earned. It is freely given by both people. It is reciprocated. It is not a one-way street. Both people care about each other's needs as well as their own. It is mutual. It is not just one person, the avoidant, getting their needs met. When they want space, they get it. When they don't want to give effort, they don't have to give it. You just have to take what they give you. That's not healthy. It's self-abandonment. And any content out there teaching you to pull back when they pull back, and to mirror their energy, and to just ask for less, and to tiptoe and phrase your questions perfectly, and not push for emotional stuff, it's just teaching you to sacrifice yourself. Don't abandon yourself. Instead, what you should do is be authentic and don't play games. Be who you are, and your needs, respect them. You're allowed to want what you want. So hold boundaries. Boundaries are your limits of what you want, what you don't want, what you'll tolerate, what you won't tolerate, what your needs and expectations are. They are not about controlling the other person, because you cannot control another person, but you absolutely can control what you will allow. You can control what you'll subject yourself to. That's what your boundaries are for. So when the avoidant is operating outside of your boundaries and not meeting your needs and not showing up for you, you don't have to allow it. You can enforce the boundaries through communication. Hey, this is how I feel about this. This doesn't work for me. This is what I need. Or you can hold a boundary by exiting the relationship. But by not holding boundaries, by self-sacrificing and walking on eggshells, you are not saving the relationship. This is an emotionally unavailable person that is triggered by normal, healthy relationship behaviors to begin with. So it's inevitable that something in the relationship will trigger them, and they'll end up running away anyway. You're not saving the relationship. You're only prolonging the inevitable failure of the relationship. But not only are you prolonging it, you're wasting more time and emotional energy into a person that's not putting it into you. You are self-abandoning and degrading your own self-worth and not showing up for yourself and eroding your own self-confidence and your own self-trust in the process. There's nothing to be gained by self-abandoning, and there's so much to be lost. So instead, respect your worth and hold your boundaries and say, this is what I need. And if they're not willing to show up for you, sure, it's unfortunate, but you're losing a one-sided relationship, and now you're free to meet a person that does want to show up for you, that does care about meeting your needs. Stop listening to the toxic advice out there on social media about how to win them back and how to tiptoe and manage them, because that advice is just teaching you to constantly cater to them so they get their needs met and you get none of yours met. Don't fall for that. You deserve the full meal, not just breadcrumbs. And tell yourself that every day, because it is absolutely true.